Have you ever found out your therapist is dating your ex at a yoga class? I'd been seeing Dr. Mitchell for 6 months after my messy breakup with Ryan. Every Thursday at 3 p.m., I'd sit in her cozy office with a fake plants and pour my heart out about trust issues, abandonment trauma, and how Ryan had basically destroyed my ability to believe in love. Dr. Mitchell was amazing. She had this calm, understanding voice and always knew exactly what to say. She helped me work through the anger, the self-doubt, all of it. Remember, Emma, healing isn't linear, she'd always say. You're making progress every day. By month 4, I was actually feeling better. I'd started dating again, joined a yoga studio, even got a promotion at work. Life was looking up. That's when I decided to try the hot yoga class at ZenFlow downtown. My friend Katie swore it changed her life, and I figured some mindfulness practice couldn't hurt. I walked into the studio 15 minutes early to get a good spot. The room was dimly lit with those flickering candles everywhere. Very peaceful, very zen. Then I saw them. In the back corner, setting up their mats side by side, were Dr. Mitchell and Ryan, my therapist and my ex-boyfriend, together. At first, I thought I was hallucinating, like maybe this was some weird anxiety-induced vision. But no, it was definitely them. Ryan was adjusting Dr. Mitchell's yoga blocks, and she was laughing at something he said. The same laugh I'd heard during our sessions when I made a breakthrough. They looked comfortable, like they'd done this before, many times. I duck walked to the front row and spent the entire class trying not to hyperventilate. Every time the instructor said breathe deeply, I wanted to scream. Were they dating? How long had this been going on? Had Dr. Mitchell been listening to me trash talk Ryan for months while secretly seeing him? The worst part was watching them together. Ryan was being all attentive and sweet, the version of himself he'd shown me for the first 2 months of our relationship before everything went to hell. He was whispering little jokes in her ear during poses. She was giggling like a teenager. After class, I hid in the bathroom until I was sure they'd left. Then I sat in my car for 20 minutes, Googling therapist dating patients' ethical violations. Turns out it's not technically illegal, but it's definitely questionable. The websites all said the same thing. Major boundary issues, potential conflict of interest, probably should find a new therapist. I called my sister Ashley on the drive home. Ash, you're not gonna believe this. I just saw Dr. Mitchell at yoga with Ryan. Wait, your therapist? With your ex Ryan? They were all over each other. Well, as much as you can be all over someone in a yoga class. That's so messed up. What are you gonna do? I had no idea. Part of me wanted to confront Dr. Mitchell at our next session. Another part of me wanted to find a new therapist immediately and pretend this never happened. But the biggest part of me just felt betrayed. Again, Thursday came around and I showed up to Dr. Mitchell's office like always. She greeted me with her usual warm smile and asked how my week had been. Interesting, I said. I tried that hot yoga class you mentioned a few months ago. Her face didn't change, but I caught a tiny flicker in her eyes. Oh, how did you like it? It was enlightening. I saw some familiar faces there. Now she looked uncomfortable. Emma, is there something specific you'd like to discuss today? I took a deep breath. Dr. Mitchell, are you dating my ex-boyfriend? The silence in that room was deafening. She shifted in her chair and looked down at her notepad. Emma, I think we need to talk about boundaries and how this might affect our therapeutic relationship. So that's a yes? It's complicated. Ryan and I met at a conference 3 months ago. We had no idea about the connection until recently. Recently? How recently? Last week, when he mentioned his ex-girlfriend Emma, who was seeing a therapist named Dr. Mitchell. My head was spinning. So you've been dating him while treating me? While I've been crying about him in this chair? Emma, I never shared anything about our sessions, and I've been genuinely helping you process these feelings. But you've been hearing his side of the story too, haven't you? At dinner, in bed, wherever you two hang out. Her professional mask was completely gone now. I think it would be best if I referred you to a colleague. Dr. Patterson is excellent, and this situation has become too complex for me to remain objective. I stood up and grabbed my purse. You know what, Dr. Mitchell? You and Ryan deserve each other. You're both really good at pretending to care about people while completely screwing them over. I walked out and never went back. 2 months later, Ashley sent me a screenshot from Ryan's Instagram. A photo of him and Dr. Mitchell at some fancy restaurant with a caption, 6 months with this amazing woman. 6 months. They'd been together since before I started therapy. I found a new therapist, Dr. Patterson, who's actually way better. And I learned something important. Sometimes the people who are supposed to help you heal are just as messy as everyone else.